So, hello everybody. Today my guest is Aneta Wolf.
Hello.
She's a photographer, creator, and she creates a personal brand. So, if you want to look good for your customers in online, on your website, and so on, she's the one to call. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Good to have you.
Yes, thank you for inviting.
Yeah. So, you're also Polish, just like me. You came here 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
By the way, we are in Stockholm. If you are watching that from, I don't know, US or something, we are in Stockholm, Sweden.
Yes.
You came here 7 years ago, and as far as I know, you first worked for somebody else, and you started switching to your own company.
Yeah, exactly.
So tell me something about that. Why did you come here in the first place? How this moving went, and yeah.
You mean moving to Sweden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you do that? And was it smooth or how did
Okay.
it go?
Well, for me it was pretty smooth because I was studying fashion design. I was living in Germany before, even though I'm Polish. And then after I graduated, I got the job here at H&M as a design assistant. So it was pretty smooth for me because
So you were just invited from the company.
Exactly, because the company fixes all the papers, so I cannot say anything about how it is if you look for work yourself. And so that's why I came to Sweden 7 years ago, and then I stayed there a certain time, and then I changed to another kind of job, which was more like in a service sector, customer service, and so on. And but I kind of knew like I couldn't work for somebody else. I've always known like I really need to have something on my own, and I need to have something creative.
I know the feeling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So and I was trying to find a way, how to do it, because like when you're employed, you have no idea how it is to have your own company, and you try to find the things that you're really gonna love, so you can, and also find like a business idea that you can sustain.
Yeah.
On the work.
So
yeah.
Did you have something else?
Yeah. So when I was like, I think like 3.5 years into the employment, I started working with like on the site with photography bookings, and I registered the company, and then for the next 8 months I was like building up my brand, and at some point I quit.
Yeah. Okay. And why photography? If you are like fashion designer, where is this photography coming from?
Yeah. I've been always photographing, so I photographed since I was like 16. But it was like a on and off relationship. Yeah, exactly. It was more of a hobby. And then at some point it just like turned out that I was using a camera that I borrowed, and then it just worked. I mean, it just turned out that it was like, oh wow, this is what I want to do. I love it. People tell me that I'm good, and I was like, okay, maybe I can really like, live on this.
So how good do you have to be to make this decision? Okay, I'm gonna try to make a business out of it.
How good do you have to be as a photographer?
Yeah.
I think it's not about how good you are as a photographer. It's about how good your idea is, and as well about your connections, about your networks. And because there is lots of photographers, there are like amazing photographers I think out there, like people I know, and they have like troubles like finding their niche or finding the customers. And there's like bad photographers, which I think, and they make more money than me just because they have, they've been living here maybe 20 years, and they had like their networks. And I think like it's a lot about luck, the right moment, the right idea. It's like a combination. So I don't think that you really have to be the best to be good. Okay,
perfect. We'll come back to this in a second. First, let's finish this like private side and moving to Sweden side. When you moved here, did you start learning Swedish, or you just worked with English and it was fine for you?
I was working with English, but then as soon as I realized that I have to switch my jobs, and I had some troubles finding a new job, I realized I have to start learning Swedish. So then I went for a Swedish course to SFE, I think it was called. Yeah, SFE for half a year. And directly after that, I found a new job.
Was it full-time learning Swedish?
Yeah.
So it was like doing that?
Yeah, it was like every day, 4 hours, around 4 to 5 hours. And then you were going home and had like homeworks. I would say like 80%.
Okay. So after that, you were speaking Swedish enough to...
In a level that I could have an interview in Swedish, which was kind of horrifying, but I was like, okay, I made it. And then, and then you get into the Swedish language when you have Swedish working colleagues.
And how much do you think the language itself influenced your business and your career here?
Yeah, I think a lot, because my whole network, I would say like 95% of my network here is Swedish.
But everybody in Sweden speaks English.
Yeah, they do.
Everybody.
Yeah, they do.
That's why I'm so dismotivated to speak Swedish, even though I have a base of the language, but everybody speaks English.
They do, but I realize if you speak the language of the country where you live, you get a little bit different connection to the people.
And trust.
And trust.
That's something I will be asking you.
Exactly.
Just in a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so that will conclude the first part, which was the moving here and the private life, and we'll get to the business.
Yay.
Okay, so welcome to the second part. We will talk more about the business, about the photography, about the creative part. And purposely, I don't know much about you. I didn't interview you before the interview. I didn't research so much.
And we hardly know each other. We just met once, so...
Yeah, we met once.
Yeah.
So tell us, both me and anybody who sees that, more about your business. What do you do? What exactly do you do? What was this idea that you said before that your business is working? And how do you do that?
Yeah, what I do, I'm a personal branding photographer, which means that I'm pretty niched, so I'm focused on female entrepreneurs who needs images for the website, but also for the social media. So it's the difference to a normal photo shoot when you say like, okay, I need some images for my website, is that you do it in a studio. I don't do it in a studio. Basically, according to your personal brand, what's your personal brand, what kind of feeling you want to transmit or convey, what kind of like looks you wanna have on your image or like on your social media, what kind of style you have. I create a plan, and then we go to different places and we photograph a lot of like in hotels, outside, outdoors. So basically, I provide you like with a big amount of images so you can post on social media and have content for your social media.
And why did you go to this niche?
Why did I go to this niche?
Why women? Why women entrepreneur, and why this personal brand?
Yeah, I think why women, it happened because I was in a program that kind of helps you with your own personal branding. And it was also a program for women. So basically, it just like happened the way that I was like very in this female circles, in this female empowerment, and women have women, and that's basically how it happened. That I basically went just focusing on women.
And before you went out there, before you started saying, okay, I'm the one you need, I'm very good with what I do, you need to hire me to be like, to have a better visibility or something.
Exactly.
Did you prepare yourself with some education about the photography? Did you go for some courses, some studies or something like that, or you just went through as a self-learner?
They're asking me if I took like some courses about photography itself, or about personal branding, or
personal branding also.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you self-learned, or did you prepare yourself by some education?
Yeah. No, I'm self-educated. So as I say, like I've been photographing since I was 16 on and off. And then as soon as I realized, okay, this is going like more serious now, I took some online courses. And basically, I think it's about just doing, and you see how you improve on your way. And if you're kind of like stuck, you take online courses. So that's what I did. And as well, like this personal branding, the program I've been for the whole last year also helped me understanding how you work with personal branding, and where it is that needs to be, what kind of thoughts I have to give the product to my customers regarding personal branding.
And what was that course? This program you said?
Yeah, it's it's called Brave Generation. It's how you call it? It's a program for women who wants to build their own personal brand. So basically you learn how, what is your story, you learn about what is your uniqueness, and you get like lots of tools about social media, how to present yourself on Facebook, how to start up your YouTube channel.
Is it online or is it?
No, it's in real life. Yeah. It's in real life.
Where is it? If somebody wants,
it's on Strandvägen, and I can really recommend it. Yeah. So if anybody wants to know more,
is it a private company or some university or?
No, it's a private. It's a woman who has this company who came up with this idea, and it's only for women. And although there was one man, but he's also already out of the program. I really recommend it. It made me think about personal branding, going this direction that I'm actually doing today. And
for your personal brand and for you doing personal brand for others, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so how did you find your first clients? How did it go? How was this entrepreneurial journey?
Yeah.
You have some skills in photography.
Yeah.
You know how to do that, but you're pretty new in Sweden. You don't know so much people. You need to find customers, and nobody really trusts you.
Yeah.
So how did it go?
Well, the first customers I found through friends. That was before I was doing personal branding photography. And then when I switched to personal branding photography, I found my customers through the program, basically. And now I've been doing this program for 1 year, and of course, like I developed myself as well with my branding. And now I start finding my customers. Mostly it's through recommendations, because that's how, when people trust you, they recommend you. And if they like your work, they recommend you. And I think that as a solo entrepreneur. Solopreneur is, I would say it's like 90% of your customers, where they come from. It's recommendations.
Did you do some free work in the beginning?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of free work. Free work is really, it's important to get out your product out there, to get some references. And and as well to see if your service is what the customer wants, if you're supposed to adjust it, change it, improve it. But free work is, and I still do free work sometimes if I feel that I need some kind of images that maybe I don't have customers for, but I'm like, okay, I really need this kind of images. So I do free work then if I need it, or if I get like a really good another service in exchange that I feel like, okay, I don't want to pay money for it, but it really makes sense to me and I really want to have it. Yeah. And then it's more like an exchange.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
When you get a new customer here in Stockholm, in Sweden, let's say it's some Swedish person.
Yeah.
How do you make them trust you? How do you show yourself as a professional?
Yeah.
As a person that is worth the price.
Yeah.
Not as an immigrant price, but the full price.
Well, as I said, because I get most of my customers for recommendations, they already trust me because somebody recommended me to them, and they trust the other person, and it's mostly like a colleague or a friend. So they basically, I already got the trust.
So you're starting from the good point.
Yeah, exactly. But another thing that I try to gain trust when like my customers come to me and they didn't know me is for social media. So I share a lot on my social media. I share a lot about how I work, who I am. So I want to connect to the right customers. I want to have certain customers that understand how I work, that can get along with me, with my personality. And this is what I do on social media. And as well, I have like an event. Right now I didn't have it so much, it was the summertime, but like I have like every second week I have an event where people can come over and I speak about personal branding photography, what I do, how I work with the customers, and it's like in an easygoing environment. We can have a coffee and it's usually like in a hotel lobby, and then I share my ideas and then people can get to know me.
That's very interesting. I would like to stick to this subject a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I saw it like once or twice on your Facebook, but I didn't know that it's every 2 weeks. So how did you come up with this idea, and how does it look like? How many people are coming, and how do you organize it?
Yeah. How do I organize it? I basically go to the lobby because I'm in a hotel lobby. You can just like sit for free, so you don't have to book anything. Of course, you have to find a good place.
So it's not like official place.
No, it's not like
we have this room booked.
No. It's very easygoing. I want to feel comfortable. I want my customers to feel comfortable. It's not supposed to be like a strict presentation. We just like I have an agenda. And I go through the agenda, and we're very freely exchanging ideas about personal branding. And it's often like how you say it, like my customers who come there, or my potential customers, they get ideas from other attendees who are there, because we kind of like it's like we brainstorm together. But I have like an agenda, so I steer the conversation into certain directions. But often it's like my attendees get ideas through the through the conversation with all of us.
So let's say now now there is a summer. Let's say before the summer. You have it every second week, and how many people are coming there? And is it also photographers that want to learn from you, or it's just customers?
No, it's I would say it's customers, because I don't share like photography techniques. I share more ideas about what is personal branding photography, why you need this, how you can think about your personal branding photography when you have a social media account, Instagram, for example.
And how many guests do you get there?
Usually I have like a restriction for 6 guests, because I want it to be very personal, and I want to, I ask them as well, like I give them like printouts, and I ask them about things so that we can go through them. And my first one, nobody came. My first event, nobody came, but I went there anyway. The second one, I think I had like 4. Then the next one I had like 5. Then the next one I had 2. So it's really.
And how do you find people to invite them? Like, do you invite your customers that already came to you, or is it like this meeting is in your funnel? How do you pronounce?
What do you mean?
Funeral. No, not funeral. I mean the lejek in Polish.
The funnel.
Funnel.
The funnel.
I'm sorry. Funeral. Funnel. Okay, that's gonna be funny to edit. So you organize this meeting. Is this that I'm becoming your customer and you invite me first there, or is it like in your funnel, or do you get like random people that never work with you?
Yeah, so I advertise it on Facebook and on
paid ads?
No.
Just organic?
Yeah. It depends. When I feel like I really need to get juices going, then I might advertise it. But I did, I think, only once, and didn't give me like many. It wasn't the big difference comparing to the ones where I didn't advertise it. And so I advertise it on Facebook and on Eventbrite, which is a website where you can advertise your events. And a big part, like from those 6 people, if there are 6 people, I would say like 50% comes from Eventbrite. So those are people that search like specifically for this kind of event, photography, personal branding, social media, and the ones from my Facebook come because they already know me. They kind of in my funnel. Yeah.
Okay, and does it happen a lot that fresh people come there and they never end up working with you? Or is it most? Yeah.
Of course. It's the event is a way to get people inspired and to introduce myself to them. But I wouldn't say that I get customers directly.
Is it for free?
Yeah, it's for free.
That's a great idea, I need to say.
So basically, I invest my time and I share my values, and I give you something for free. And of course, I hope that at some point you will trust me enough. You can come to this event as many times as you want, because every time you meet different people. And at some point, I hope that you will have enough trust and enough information to book me.
That's very interesting. I need to say, because I have a pretty similar industry. I'm not in the photography, but I'm a lot with branding and with how the brand or personal brand is portrayed in social media. so this particular thing is very interesting for me, and I might copycat that.
I do it. I'm happy to inspire others.
Yeah, but probably first I will come by.
Oh yeah, you are welcome
for your event. Okay, so that would conclude the base of the business thing, the second part, and we'll get to some money stuff in a second.
Yay! Ka-ching!
So welcome to the third part, where we will speak about the dough. First of all, how expensive are you? If you're comfortable speaking about that, you reveal your offer here.
Yeah.
Let's say I need pictures for my new website.
Yeah.
And I come to you.
Yeah.
How much do I need to pay you?
Yeah. Well, as I say, I don't offer only pictures for websites. I offer a whole package, which is personal branding package. And then you get 80 images, and we photograph, 80 images, and we photograph the whole day at different locations. And then the price is 14,500.
14.
Yes, 14.5. And then X moms. So you have to pay.
So plus
taxes.
VAT.
Yeah, VAT, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, and that's your only product, let's say?
Yeah, it used to be my only product. I'm gonna offer as well like a smaller package, which I didn't advertise on my website yet, but it's actually like I already offered to some people, but I didn't advertise on the website yet. And right now I just got into collaboration with a social media consultant, where we're gonna offer personal branding packages, especially for Instagram. So we're gonna design your feed. We're gonna find content, and also I'm gonna provide a certain amount of images of you, like profile, portraits. And my colleague will provide the whole social media part, which means like texts and like hashtags and like making your
That's
plan.
A good deal.
Yeah, that's a really good.
So, and that's a chance for you to have coming back customers, right?
Exactly. Because the idea, is after it's gonna be kind of like a pilot project or like a beta, and after after we're gonna analyze it, we're gonna see what we need to improve, and if those customers want to stay with us, we can offer them like a subscription, like a cheaper subscription, which
every month you get like 15 posts or something like that.
For example, exactly.
That's perfect. And right now your business, I suppose, it's pretty stable. You have yeah, of course.
I would say it goes ups and down. Yeah, up and down.
Of course, but I mean, you have it rolling, right? You have customers.
I have it rolling.
Customers are coming to you. You're not like cold calling and like looking actively for the customers, as I understood before the interview.
Yeah, I'm not cold calling. I'm really bad at this, and I realize it doesn't work. I want people to come to me because they trust me, because they believe me, because they saw me somewhere, because I get recommended. And cold calling. I don't believe in cold calling.
Yeah.
And I can't do it. It's another thing. I hate it, and I can't do it, and I'm really bad.
Maybe that's why you don't believe, but
maybe.
We are in Sweden. That's expensive country when it comes to tax and so on. So you said it's 14,500 crowns. You earn that. Let's say you have 3 customers a month. Let's say you have like roughly 40,000 crowns, and half of that goes for the king, for the Sweden.
I would say it. Yeah.
So, are you comfortable with being this unsure about that? I'm not sure how many customers I'm gonna have next month. How I'm gonna survive.
Yeah.
Like, how am I gonna pay bills and so on?
Yeah, definitely.
You still have that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't lie if I would say I don't need any other incomes. It's in Swedish.
Income.
Yeah, any other income. Yeah, definitely. So I'm I have like phases. I can live on this, and then maybe it's kind of like getting down, and I'm like, okay, I need to get something on the side, or like maybe take jobs that I usually wouldn't like to take, just to make my living. So I would say a day job, or like a part-day job, or kind of like something else that if your business is not going steady all the time, I would say especially in the first few years, you need something on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so right now at the moment, because how long do you have your company?
I mean, like full-time, I've been having it for 1 year.
For 1
since
year.
I quit my job, yeah.
And so how many customers in average do you get?
It's different.
now?
It's different. I mean, as I say, like I'm not.
Now there was a summer. There was nobody in Sweden. Nobody on the streets.
Yeah.
Empty city.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I'm not gonna give you like numbers how many customers I have per month, but it's it varies. Yeah.
Okay. And as we roughly talked before the interview, so you opened this like personal company. You hired the accountant. You don't care so much about what's happening, like backstage.
Well, I mean,
with
I do care. I do care, but I don't want to. It's not something that I want to take care of. I hate numbers. I hate administration. I just want to trust somebody who.
Part.
Exactly. I just want to have somebody I can trust that can make it for me.
How did you find your accountant?
From my network. Yes.
Okay.
And she's also my customer. So.
Great. So you have this personal company. It's in Swedish. It's called
Enskild firma.
Enskild firma. I also always have problem with saying this Enskild.
Don't say enskild because skit is.
Yeah.
Enskild.
Enskild firma. That's why I have a problem. I avoid saying that as much as possible. So what it means basically is that your company money mixes with your private money.
Yeah, exactly.
You just get money on your personal account.
Yeah. I get money. I mean, I have my personal account, my bank, and then I have my company account. But they're like interchangeable, so I can use the money from. I can put money to my company account. If there's like not enough, I can take it from my personal and vice versa. So, yeah.
Okay.
But I try to keep it separate, actually. So I have a clean idea of where's the money coming from and how do I...
Yeah, you should make like the salary for yourself, kind of, to keep the money... to keep it separately. I have experience with this, in Sweden it's AB. I have AB company, I have those in Poland, so I'm experienced with this type.
Yeah.
It's limited company.
Yeah.
And I think that's very good that you can't just use this money.
Yeah.
You can't just use the company money.
Yeah.
You have to have a reason, you have to have an invoice, factura, whatsoever.
That's the next stage after you've been like successful and after your company been running really good for a few years, then I guess it makes sense to make a aktiebolag, like this. Aktiebolag, yes. Because it's also like you have to pay 50,000 crowns to register it. Yes. And if you're like in the beginning, like, okay, where's my money coming from? You don't want to spend 50,000 crowns just for register a company because you barely maybe make a living.
Yeah, but you have to say like this 50,000 crowns is in the company. It's this like
buffer. No?
Yeah, it's this like company. It becomes company money. Of course, you have some part that you need to pay to start the company, and so on. But you have it as a company money.
Yeah.
This amount. This is the minimal amount to make the company rolling. So it's not like you spend this money. That's like you pay inside the company, and it's actually not your money anymore, but you can use it inside the company.
That's getting very, very technical right now, and I'm not there yet, so I don't know how it really works when you pay those 50,000 crowns.
I believe it works like that. It works like that in Poland, so it's not so bad.
Okay.
That you just 50,000 crowns doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's not that bad, But yeah, that's a big move.
Yeah,
like
exactly. Exactly.
I don't know. Do you have any advice, anything you would say for somebody that has this, as you said, this itch that I don't want to work for somebody. I came to Sweden, okay, I work, I have some money, but I have this creative part in me. I want to do something.
Yeah.
Do you have some advice about starting the company, about either technical part or creative part or marketing part?
Yeah, good question. I think for me it's important to be like in different networks, because that's where I get my customers, and that's where I get like ideas, collaborations, and basically get to know people in Sweden and get inspired as well. So networks. Then I think that when you start your own company, but this is maybe just my idea, because like I'm a very creative person, I cannot do anything that I don't believe in. So I believe that you have really to believe in your product or idea, that you really have to have a passion for it. This is my approach. And then just believe in yourself, basically. Believe in yourself and just do it, and just not think about like how others are doing it, because then you're just gonna be like in those lines, in the sea, in this blue ocean, you know, the strategy of blue ocean.
Yeah. There is this book, The Strategy of Blue Ocean, something like that.
Yeah, the blue ocean strategy, I think.
Blue Ocean strategy. Can you say something about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't read the book, but I know what it's about. I started reading it, but it was just like too much information. And but basically, just like it cooks down to the fact that, for example, if I'm a photographer and I want to start my company, and then I start thinking, okay, I'm gonna make like a market research. What is the other photographers doing? How do they do it? How much do they take for this and this kind of images? And then if I think, okay, I need to make it exactly as like 80% of the photographers are doing it, have a studio, take this and this kind of amount of pictures, do it this and this way, and blah, 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 I'm gonna have lots of competition. So we're all gonna find about the same customer. It's gonna make a bloody ocean. Exactly. Yeah. And so basically I want to do things that nobody else is doing, and I want to do it my way. And I don't care how the others are doing it. And so basically, I think this is how you're supposed
to swim in
your
own ocean.
I swim my own ocean.
Your own
basically, I don't have competition.
That's the idea.
More or less, yes. Yeah.
Basically, that's the short.
Yeah. That's the short.
That's the whole book.
That's the whole book, really. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So I would like to come back to two things that you said before. First of all, is passion. That you need to be passionate about what you do, because several years ago, before I started my company, I thought that, okay, I will open my company, I will be free, I will work 4 hours a day, and then I will like do whatever. That's
nice dream.
Such a BS. Like for people who never had their own company, like you need to know that having an own company is like 24/7, 365.
Kind of. So you really have to love it.
Yeah.
To make it 24/7.
That brings me to Steve Jobs' quote, that it's so freaking hard. Like I'm doing it in my words. I don't remember exactly how he said that. That it's so freaking hard. It's so freaking hard that many people, like most of the people, give up because it's too hard. And to actually success in business, you really have to love that, and you really have to have a passion to what you do. Otherwise, you will just give up because it's too freaking hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the other thing that you said was about like loving your work and like appreciating your work, because many times, especially before in the beginning, I didn't like what I do. Like, I mean, I always see, okay, this is not perfect. Okay, this I could do something else. Okay, he did it better. Like this other, like his website is so much better.
So you're comparing yourself.
Yeah, I'm comparing myself, and I, like, subconsciously, I don't like what I do, even though I know. For example, if I see my work after a couple of months, then I'm like, okay, that's nice. That's the level. That's the level of the people I'm comparing. That's the same level, but at the moment when I'm finishing the project, I don't like it. I mean, I see all the
You see all the
drawbacks.
places where you can improve it, you mean?
Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I
Yeah.
always see my work in this dark light. And all
Yeah.
the other work I see as bright. Wow, that's something.
Yeah. I think this is how I say it, this is very common, I think.
Yeah.
When you do something
did you have that?
Yeah.
Do you still have that?
Not really.
Not really.
No,
So how did you
not now.
fight it?
Well, basically what I learned is that it's better done than perfect, and just get out with your work and then just like
That's
do
true.
it and do it and do it and do it and do it over and over again.
But you make people pay you.
Yeah.
So somebody is paying you and you have this feeling that this could be better. But somebody is paying you.
Yeah. But I think in the beginning, you of course take like lower prices, and then you take lower prices because you always as well say like, okay, I've been doing this maybe for 3 months, and of course I'm gonna give you this price. And if this person would go to somebody who's done it for 5 years, he would have to pay another price, and that's how you evolve in your business, in your company.
Yeah. Okay. But I had that like last year or in the beginning of this year, I had some really good reviews about the movies that I make. And I, as well, I see at my movies, I'm like, oh no, that's not good. Oh my god, that the quality is not perfect, that this but I had like several people telling me, this is cool, this is awesome.
Just believe them.
Why don't you do more movies? And I was afraid to get paid for movies because I was feeling this is not worth it. This is like why anybody would pay me for that?
Yeah.
And then I had a Polish entrepreneur. He became my friend now, who invited me to go with him to Thailand to help him with his movies. And I was like,
see,
oh. Fuck. I'm struggling with making websites and like I don't know the branding like with logo and so on, and there is somebody who just wants to bring me on the other side of the world to help me with
and
videos.
that means something.
That means something. So after that, and after like more comments about my videos, I started like just like
believing
how to say
in
that,
it.
like close my eyes and just post something because I was afraid to post my work.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, fuck.
I know the feeling.
Fuck it, I'm posting it. Yeah. That was very, very hard for me. It still is hard for me because I still see my work in the dark light, but I'm just like, okay, publish.
Yeah. It was the same for me.
Yeah,
Definitely. And I was
but
like,
you get over that.
You get over it. Yeah. Now I'm just like, I basically I don't care about anymore what people will say. I mean, of course I would be hurt if people would say like things and bad things and blah blah, especially because like I'm self-educated, so I don't have like this background, and I don't have like this technical knowledge, but I have ideas, and it's not those people who have like everything perfectly technically settled that will win. It's the people who have the ideas and they just dare do something differently and then just like do it. That's what I think.
That's great. That's a big outcome for me also from this interview. Okay, so I guess we'll be coming to the end. Let's get to the last part. Welcome to the last part. Is it fourth part?
I think it's the fourth one.
Fourth one.
Fourth,
Fourth one.
Yeah.
Let's sum it up. Let's conclude what we talked about, and let's have some final thoughts of Aneta.
Yeah, sure.
So, first of all, as a summary to make it short, what would you recommend for somebody who is pretty new in Sweden? I'm here for 1 year, or like one and a half.
Yeah.
What would you recommend as a business advice for such a people here? Go and learn Swedish, or focus on your craft, or open the company, or something like.
Oh, Tough question. I think I would recommend to get out there and just like make connections. Just go to different networks where you also see people, not just like a mingle. Because for me, it's like
meetups.
Yeah, as well. But for me, like for example, like I'm in 2 networks where I see like those people regularly, and that's what makes you also build trust.
What does it mean? Like, what does it mean network?
We go there
Tell me an example.
Yeah, for example, there is a network for women which is called Global Women, and then we meet up once a month, and then every member has the chance to present on stage, and and then it means that you're meeting like all the time, like once a month, and there is a big chance that you meet the people you met like 2 months ago, that you meet them again, and then they will see you again, and you're like talking about your product again, you're talking about your product again, and that's like regular, like you build trust basically.
So that's what's the most important for you.
I would say it's most important for me.
So what networks are you connecting
What I'm
to?
in, yeah. It's Global Women, which is like this, it's in English. It's really nice for women, so I recommend it if any woman is watching here in Stockholm. It's really good network. And the other one is, it's a very professional business network, which is called BNI, BNE in Swedish. And you basically, you buy a membership for 1 year, and then you meet up once a week, every week. And then you have also guests, and then you present yourself. Yeah. You go there every week.
It's in Swedish or in English?
It's in Swedish. Yeah, but I speak Swedish,
I
so
need to step up.
you need to. Maybe I'm not saying you have to, but it's your own choice. So yeah, I would say network, and find a network that you can feel for, because I went to a few networks and I was like, oh my god, like this is not for me, and I don't believe in mingles so much, because mingles are very shallow. And you don't really get to know the people, and everybody's just like trying to shout like me, here. Yeah, but if you go to a network and you will have like those relationship developing, I believe this is what makes you get people to be your customers in the future.
Okay. Where do you get your inspiration from?
Where do I get my inspiration from? Actually, from my customers, because every customer has a different branding and different idea what they need, and so I basically get my inspiration from my customers.
Where do you get? Where do you learn from?
Where do I learn from?
Yeah.
Regarding
business or photography.
Okay. Yeah.
Where do you get new information and so on?
Internet.
Anything specific? Udemy or like YouTube or some specific channels or books or...
Yeah, I would say for creative online courses, I was doing Creative Life, which is a really good website with lots of courses about writing, marketing for creatives, photography, movie.
That's Chase Jarvis' company, right?
I have no idea. It's called Creative Life. So this is where I started learning, a lot about photography. And am I using anything else like regularly? I don't think so. I think I just like...
Any people you follow?
A lot.
I mean, concerning business and creative part, and specific, like top 3.
Yeah. Oh, for social media, I follow Jasmine Star, which is having like she's helping entrepreneurs as well to, to think about how you design your social media, how you're supposed to connect to your customers and so on. So I follow her about social media. She's like a big inspiration. I just have so many. I don't know. I cannot come up with any other. I would say this is like my main person I get inspired from right now.
Books?
Many? Less? Goodness. I read a lot of books, and the thing is my short memory is pretty bad. So as soon as I read it, I just remember the essence. So let me think what I was reading last time that I could help you. I read a book about communication, how I communicate with others. I don't remember the title anymore.
The title, author?
I tell you, I'm pretty bad. I'm kind of like, I read a lot of books and just kind of like, I inhale them, but I rarely remember the title, like if I'm not really like hooked up with this book right now. So I can't tell you Goodness, the last good book I read. Damn it, I can't tell you any number, any name right now.
Okay. So where can anybody find you? In your social media, or if somebody has some question, or somebody wants to use your product, give us your contacts.
Yeah.
Website, social media, and so on.
Yeah. So on Instagram, you can find me at Aneta Wolf Photography. Same on Facebook. And then I have a website which is called www.anetawolf.com.
Perfect.
Yes. This is my main channels. Yes.
Do you post often?
I try to. I have like phases of ups and downs, but I try to get it more like consistently. Yeah, definitely. I do post regularly. And now it was summer, so forget about the summer because it was so hot that we couldn't think here in Sweden. But now the autumn is coming, so I'm getting back on track.
That's good. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
It was great to meet you.
Yeah, thanks.
And hopefully see you soon.
Yes, thank you.